But is there any time when you come home from a long tour and you're alone in your house and you like look around, where is the photographer?
I've never needed to look
in my
for
dreams.
Stian.
This is another really nice shot we have here. This is also from the time we got a foot of the mountain in New Jersey, and for some reason this picture, even though it's taken pretty recently, it has kind of an 80s feel to it.
Just being on a sailing boat with it's just,
nice.
oh man,
It was a very nice little trip.
It was
a real break from that studio in was it Hoboken?
Hoboken, yes.
Yeah. And the guy turned up with a sailboat.
Yeah, I think it was a great, like, a fresh breath of air, so to speak, for the band and for everyone.
It was great to see New York from, you know, from the seaside.
I like you saying that, because I'm thinking that sometimes that you guys it's just another day at work, but I think it was good for everyone just to come out and just experience that. I mean,
I can see Paul did my hair there.
Such a bad hairdresser, isn't it?
Do it. Yeah.
This is like almost like a calm moment in the book, because there's always like in the book there's in lots of the photos there's fans around and it's a concert and there's lots of people. But what was the most dramatic moment that you had while traveling with AHA and shooting them?
It must have been all the crazy moments down in South America, I think, where you just felt that these people are eating the whole crew and band alive. For me it's a massive shock, because and that's some of the stuff that I wanted to, some of the stories I wanted to show in this book, that, I mean, the audience around the world, they are quite different. I mean, you're in, no offense to Norway, but you play an Oslo show and that's quite different from, I mean, South America, for example. The first time I went down there, that was just a slap in the face, in a good way, because I mean the sheer volume of the crowd and how they go crazy when those guys go on stage. I was like, wow, fucking hell.
Well, I have to say though, it's easy to know what you're talking about, and at the same time, that I think passion and emotional response and sort of being genuine about the moment is in all people and in all nationalities and all people, no matter where you go. We have different ways of showing it, and I find that in, wherever I go, I also see the same. When you go to South America, it's exotic to you. When South Americans come to Norway, it's exotic to them. And if you live in South America for a while and with people, from these countries, you assimilate this and you become more like they in many ways. Maybe not always, but so it's also your mindset that kind of calls for that difference, I think.
But Stian, you've been working with almost every rock and pop band there is in Norway for decades. When you started working with Morten and AHA, what was the first thing that you were looking for to try to capture in the photos?
With AHA it's quite special because I have such deep respect for their whole back catalogue, so to speak. I mean, I was a massive fan when I was a kid. I even had posters of this guy in my room. I never. Yeah, nice one. I never told those. I didn't tell the guy. It's the first time that I mean. I have the posters. But that's like the fun side of it. But when it comes to me taking pictures of the band, it's another story, because you are so focused on doing good pictures that you forget all that stuff. But I have such deep respect for all their music, and that's always the base for my job. Do you know what I mean?
But the way you looked at AHA and the way you listen to the music, has that changed after working with them for such a long time?
No, not really. No.
You still have the posters on your wall?
Sadly, I took him down. No, my mother threw me out of my old room. I had to buy a flat. Sorry, Mom. No, she didn't throw me
She's
out.
here somewhere.
She said she didn't throw me out.
But one of the most recognizable thing about AHA is that it's like three such strong individuals with their own identity. What, if you were to describe working with the three different persons in AHA, how do you relate to them? Is there any difference between?
I mean, I relate them as a band. You know, they're a unit. So, and they're also three different persons. So yeah, it's. But first of all, it's AHA as a band. If I was to approach AHA as a three-piece unit, it would be a little bit difficult for both me and the band, if you know what I mean.
Morten, one thing I'm curious about, because now you're doing some solo concerts this weekend. What does the future hold for AHA?
For AHA? You're sneaking back on it.
I mean, what does it's the reunion? That's what it's about.
Paul and Magna and myself that chose to disband, to stop the process of being in AHA. Very much in order to open up for other things. We've spent 25 years of our lives for the band and the idea of the band, and nothing can kind of take that away. It's there, and it's a huge part of our lives, no matter what the future holds. So I don't really speculate in what the future holds for the three of us doing things together, but for AHA itself, there is a lot of music that we leave behind and that we have left behind. And that's very much a living thing, which a song like Take On Me has shown us very profoundly, that that's a song that has lived its own life for 25 years, more or less, irrespective of what we have been doing. It's just gone on and done its own thing. And I think it's almost like a cartoon image of how that works. Once it kind of permeates a certain level of society, then it stays alive. It stays there. And
but looking back at the legacy of AHA, now it's been some time since you did the farewell shows. What is for you personally the most important thing that you managed to achieve with AHA?
I think that we are genuine. I think that what we do, our focus, when we look for that music, has always been for the music and the musical experience itself. It's a kind of a quest of the spirit in us. And music is, to quote Håvard Rem, who I've done songwriting with, he said that once, that music is one of the few things now that reminds us that we have a soul. And but you have to be, this soul is quite sensitive to whether you are genuine about what you do. And this is not you're either genuine or you're not. You're always in a battlefield of compromise as well when you're making music. In particular, if you're making music that has a commercial drive to it as well, because you want to communicate on a level. It needs to work for radio, it needs to work for television, and these are sort of represent a framework, with tight framework within which you get to do your thing. But that is a tough and interesting discipline to the challenge.
AHA is one of the best pop bands in the whole wide world, as we know, and they also. also let me deliver on stage, you know, some really, really good live band. So yeah, no wonder why we love them.
So no matter what the future holds for AHA, if there ever will be a reunion, which I think every Norwegian really hope there will be sometime, and obviously a lot of people from the rest of the world as well.
Yes.
No matter if the future holds anything, we still have the legacy of AHA, and we still have those amazing photos that Stian has taken of your band. Our time is running out, so we're going to leave the stage, and there will be more entertainment in a couple of minutes. But first of all, thank you to everybody who came here today from all around the world. Thank you to Stian for this amazing work, and thank you to Morten for the music and being here today. Thank you, guys.